Welcome back to All Shook Up. So this is our first Throwback Thursday where I'm talking about my very first epileptic seizure. So this happened on August 14th, 2019. My 40th birthday was August 23rd, 2019, so this was just a few days before. I'm not a big birthday person, so I wasn't planning anything big. It wasn't a huge day for me. It was just going to be another day. So on that particular day, just like another, we had a few drinks, which will come into play later. I'd had, I think, a couple drinks before dinner and a couple more beers after the kids had gone to bed, which wasn't huge. That wasn't me getting drunk. That was just me relaxing. Not a big deal. And I think we went to bed around 10. And then at 10:30 is when Danny thinks he remembers, is he was laying in bed and all of a sudden he hears a crash and looks and sees me flailing out of bed, or flinging off of bed into, we have our laundry hamper, which is long, 3-section laundry hamper against the wall, and there's like 3 feet between our bed and the laundry hamper. And I flew into it. It's a metal laundry hamper. Flew into it and then was convulsing and shaking into it, and bless his heart, he's like, what the heck is happening? And that lasted for, I guess, 30 seconds or whatever. Oh, and apparently making super interesting guttural sounds as one does. I guess when that stopped, he got me back into bed. I guess I went to the bathroom or whatever, and then I got back into bed. And after those seizures, it's called a postictal phase, to where it takes you a little while to come back around, to where you're aware what's going on. I could still talk, I think. I don't know. Not completely, because I don't remember any of it. I was not aware of what's happening. I don't remember it at all, just what he's told me. But when I did come around, finally, all I remember is I was laying in bed, and I kind of, what I thought, woke up, and I was very confused that all the lights were on, and my husband was in the hallway, and it looked like he had come from the hallway into the bedroom. Like, what are you doing? It's the middle of the night. And he's like, you've had a seizure, and this is the 3rd time I'm telling you. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, you had a seizure, and it was not registering. I'm like, what do you mean? I've never had a seizure, and I have not. I've been asleep this whole time. And it took some convincing. Like, what? No, so yeah. And then what do you do at that point? Because I felt okay. I felt fine, maybe a little bit tired, but okay, I had a seizure. Go back to sleep because I got to work in the morning. So, at that point, we were just like, okay, that was a weird one-off, I guess. But just go back to sleep. So that's what we did. I mentioned in my video before, my husband has a doctorate in philosophy. He knows all about biology, physiology. So he was concerned, but he knew what had happened physically to me. He understood that my neurons, brain activity, whatever, had gotten all haywire. He knew enough not to call an ambulance because it hadn't lasted more than 5 minutes. All that kind of stuff. So he was just keeping an eye on me, making sure everything was okay. But we were like, hopefully that was just a one-time thing, whatever had happened. And went back to sleep. I woke up the next day and went to work. Luckily, I'm one of the ones that when I have a grand mal seizure, tonic, clonic, whatever you want to call it, I'm fine the next day. I went to work, said, craziest thing, I had a seizure. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know. I had a seizure. Went on about my life, went on about the day. And I'm going to make this video a 2-for-1 because that first one was just so weird and off the wall. Only proof I had that even happened was I had a huge bruise on my thigh from where I flew off the bed into the thing. And I was like, I guess I did, because that was the only proof I had that it happened, was a huge thing. Oh, and another bonus, I guess, is some people lose control of their bowels when they have those kind of seizures. Knock on wood, whatever. I've never had that happen to me. So that's another bonus in my case, I guess. That hasn't happened. So exactly 2 days later, August 16th, I guess, that happened again in the middle of the night, right after I fell asleep. I had another grand mal seizure. This time, from what Danny and I can remember, he's an extremely light sleeper. Any noise wakes him up. And this time he heard me start making that guttural sound, and he knew enough to throw his arm around me and keep me from flying off the bed, thank goodness. But I did the shaking again. And then we knew, oh boy, this is going to be a problem. So we called my primary care physician the next day, and I think he got me in that day, that afternoon. And we didn't know why this had started happening. I have no history, no family history of epilepsy. None of that kind of stuff was going on. I had no head injury, no car accident, nothing. I had just was about to turn 40. That's all we got, girl. I mean, nothing. No reason, no explanation. But just, yeah. So, his only... God, this is so frustrating. His only thing that he could think of was, well, it must be alcohol withdrawal. Girl. I'm not a drunk. Let me just say. I like the drink occasionally. I've never had this is such a touchy subject. I've never had a problem with it. When I got pregnant and had my child, I had no problem completely stopping for breastfeeding, all that. I cut it off. Not a problem. I don't drink to get drunk. I don't get blackout, none of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I like to relax, whatever. Never had a problem with it. But it's never been like a withdrawal situation. The night I had my first seizure, I'd had 4 beers. This was not like, I've been trying to quit drinking, so it's, oh, I tried to quit and I had a seizure. No. I've been, relaxing in the evening. This was not a reason for me to start having seizures, alcohol withdrawal. But he kept trying to push that as the reason for me to start having seizures. And it was frustrating because that was not the reason. We need to find something else. But he was stuck on that. Even Danny was like, no, I was drinking with her. Okay. So he prescribed my first epilepsy drug that we tried was lorazepam. And so we went and got that, and he went ahead and referred me to a neurologist just to go ahead and get that started, because that's who deals with epilepsy. And that's what they thought. Let's go ahead and get you in there, because that's probably what this is going to end up being, is epilepsy. So, got me on lorazepam right away, and I think the next week I was supposed to see the neurologist. Oh boy. First medication adventure. We'll have a few more as we go through this journey of my Throwback Thursdays. So stay tuned for more fun adventures in that, and guess I'll see you next time. Bye.